Welcome to day 3 of the 2014 Commonwealth Games, where England were the team to beat in the Triathlon Mixed Team Relay. 4 golds were up for grabs in the rhythmic gymnastics, and Canada's Patricia Bezebenko was aiming to complete a clean sweep. In netball, England and Australia served up an absolute classic. And who would prove to be the golden shot in the men's pistol and skeet? It's the game's busiest day of competition so far, and our first destination is Strathclyde Country Park. The Triathlon Mixed Relay made its Commonwealth Games debut, featuring national teams of 2 men and 2 women in a quick fire, swim, bike, run format at the Strathclyde Country Park.
England with Vicky Holland going first. Emma Moffat starts for Australia. New Zealand have Andrea Hewitt, who was so close to medaling in the individual. Kate Roberts goes for South Africa, and Kirsten Sweetland, watch out for her. She goes for Canada, wearing number 5. So, Chris, a cleanish start. Are we going to see any breaks early on?
Oh, I don't think so. I think, it's such a small little group that it's just a great time to get great position on that first can. And, we're talking like it's only 80 metres out there before you're taking a hard right turn. And so making sure you get a really good position into that first can and then getting out of the trouble early.
And let's have another look at the start. No mistake from any of the teams here.
No. Clean start. Nice clean start by all the girls. And they get straight into the work pretty early. It's no penalties there at all.
And the transition's so important. Looking down the result sheets of the individual, the fastest and the slowest transition times were some 7-8 seconds apart. Multiply that by 8 and you have a massive margin. So out comes Holland. Canada are out as well. New Zealand with Andrea Hewitt are clean. And that's what, 4, 5, 6 seconds. If they have a good transition, they could extend that. Scotland getting a cheer from the local crowd. Good run from Natalie Milne, who will hand over to Grant Sheldon when she's finished her leg, but she's got the bike and the run still to go. There's Johnny Bromley, takes leg number 2, as is usually the case in the English team. He did that in Hamburg, where Great Britain came through to take the win. Eileen Reid has dropped back to that chasing group, having made a really good effort to link. But you can now see that the gap is closing, and Vicky Holland's only got herself to blame for that, because she hasn't really done her fair share of the leading. She's relied on Sweetland, and there's been a little bit of teamwork in that chasing group, and it's enabled them to close it down to less than 100 metres. In fact, 50 metres as they come in.
And that's going to be really difficult now, because they burnt so much energy together, just singly doing the work together, and there were some girls in that group who didn't do anything.
Well, as they say, anything can happen, and tactically, this is such a young event that teams haven't really got to grips with it yet. So out go the leading 2. It's still Canada and England, but the margin is just fractions of a second, and look who's gone into 3rd. Andrea Hewitt of New Zealand, a very sensible ride from her. Just 100 metres or so to go for Sweetland as she comes back down towards the transition area, and a lead of what, some 30 metres. It could prove very significant, and it means that Canada's Matt Sharp is going to be swimming in clean water. Here we go, the first transition of the mixed relay, the first ever transition in the mixed relay in the Commonwealth Games, and away goes Matt Sharp. That spectacular dive into the water. Good sprint by the Irish. Conor Murphy has gone off like a rocket, and it's all about trying to catch up with the race leader. And he's gained some 3-4 metres over the New Zealanders and the English. That could be a very good move. He's desperate to get onto the feet of Matt Sharp.
But a great second leg from Johnny Brownlee gave England a healthy lead by the halfway mark.
And she's off.
Jodie Stimpson, is she going to make it 2 golds out of 2? She's certainly got her part to play. Strong in all 3 disciplines. And New Zealand with Tony Dodds have got clear in 2nd place. That's a very handy run from them, with Ireland now in 3rd. Conor Murphy's done well. Emma Mullen takes the 3rd leg for the Irish, some 15-20 metres behind New Zealand as they go out. And a great performance by the Canadians, trying to get back up into those medal positions. And South Africa and Australia still in 5th and 6th, but getting so much closer to the medals. They will be in the mix come the end of this swim. Here comes Jodie Stimpson now. This just needs to be business as usual. No need to panic, no need to rush. The margin 11 seconds. When she entered the water, it was just over 11 seconds. It was closer to 16, in fact, so New Zealand have done well to close that gap down. A quick transition required now from Nikki Samuels to get onto the bike as close to Stimson as possible and as far ahead of these three as possible. Gillian Sanders as South Africa. Looking good for Australia. We've got Emma Jackson. Now, Emma Jackson will enjoy this sort of distance of racing, and the Canadians still in with a shout. Sarah Ann Brull, did you hear what happened to her in the individual? Her performance well below par.
Yeah, I think she just missed that group, and she didn't have a very good swim, and, you know, lost a little bit of impetus, but, you know, this is the chance for her to make it up, and the athletes are just so lucky. I wish they had this in back in my day, mate, you know, to be able to have another chance to be able to win a Commonwealth Games medal, and our sport is just fantastic.
A good transition from Stimson. From 11 seconds, she's extended her lead to 13.
And by the time she handed over to Alistair Brownlee on the final leg, England still led.
And he's off. And another sprint coming in from New Zealand and Samuels. She's put the foot down into the turn. Round she goes, 10 metres to go. And Samuels handing over to Ryan Sissons, who's away. And he's going to be some 20 metres behind Alistair Brownlee in the water.
But by the time Sissons got on the bike, he'd made a tactical decision.
Well, it looks like Ryan Sissons has decided that it's best to save the legs. He wants it to be a running race, which must mean he's feeling confident of his running ability.
That's a really good move. He's made the best move, but Richard Murray attacking him straight away.
Yeah, that's a bold move from Sissons, and it's one that perhaps Mark Austin of Scotland should have done in the individual, but he got far more respect for staying with the Brownleys for 4 laps of the bike. Let's have a look at the transition. Well, that is close. That is close. I didn't see any flags going up. Keep an eye on Richard Murray for South Africa. Well, there was no safety there. Canada, South Africa, New Zealand, Australia. The 4 teams looking for the silver and the bronze at the moment. 1:09, so they almost lost a minute to Alistair Brownlee on that 6-kilometre run alone. Canada away, Australia away, and South Africa go. New Zealand are the team to have made a mistake. Can you believe it? Ryan Sissons, who had a 13-second lead going out on the first transition, has made his first mistake, and it could be critical. And Alistair Brownlee finishing off the job. And so 3 golds given out in triathlon, every single one of them going to the English team. And once again, he has plenty of time. 1 flag, 2 flag, he grabbed 3 last time round. Yet another victory, yet another title.
He should have grabbed 4 this time.
They are the team of the moment. Only 2 weeks ago, they claimed the world title. Here in Glasgow, they claim the Commonwealth title. The first time the mixed team relay has been a part of these games. And from what we've seen today, it should be a part of these games and a part of the Olympic Games and a part of the European Championships, because it's a brilliant format and one that the crowd have lapped up today. But let's focus on the remainder medals. South Africa with Richard Murray are still in the silver medal position, and Murray's moving well. But Ryan Bailey of Australia has put his foot down. Andrew York of Canada trying to hang on, but it looks as though he can't raid the cadence. And it's Bailey moving away in the bronze. But are they closing down on Murray? Murray still has some 10 metres over Bailey. Bailey fancies silver. He's got 75 metres to close it down, and Bailey's still closing on Richard Murray. 10 metres now the difference between the two, and an anxious look over the shoulder from Richard Murray, but South Africa takes silver. That's the surprise result of this race, and Ryan Bailey with the effort of his life to claim the bronze medal. And what a pity for Canada, who did so much so well, but they just failed in those last 200 metres. Oh my goodness, what a race, what a day. England, as they should have been, the winners with Holland, Brownlee, Stimson and Brownlee. And South Africa, Kate Roberts and Gillian Sanders get themselves a medal, and it's a silver one. So England claiming 3 out of 3 golds here in Glasgow, and that makes them the most successful team in triathlon in the Commonwealth Games in the 3 times that it's been held, having not had a single medal before 2014. So it's been some week for them.